There is one thing I wanted to talk about, and it's a story that isn't getting talked about all too much right now. But I have seen it picked up in certain progressive circles, and it's a headline that we just spent a lot of time shitting on the Republicans. We're about to shit on Democrats a little, because it's a headline that came from Axios, and I will share my screen here. But it's actually, I won't. It's not even worth it. But it's the scoop. Dems are pissed at liberal groups, move on, and indivisible. Why are they? First of all, they're not liberal. They're progressive groups. I don't know why Axios wrote it that way. But this is coming from actual Democrats, sitting members of Congress, speaking to the media anonymously, saying that they are pissed at the progressive groups which are calling their offices, sending emails. I've seen some fax campaigns get started, asking Democratic politicians to do more, do something about what Trump is doing. The Democrats say that Hakeem Jeffries himself is very frustrated at the groups who are trying to stir up a more confrontational opposition to Trump. A Jeffries spokesperson disputed that characterization and noted that Axios that their office regularly engaged with dozens of stakeholders. However, some Democrats see the callers as barking up the wrong tree, given their limited power as the minority party in Congress. I have a constant theme saying, please call the Republicans. People are angry, scared, and they want to see more from lawmakers right now than 4 speeches about Elon Musk, said Indefensible. These people are pissed that they're being called on to do more. And I have this very simple question. What the fuck did you expect was going to happen when you said that Donald Trump is a fascist and then you didn't act like he was a fascist? Like, we need to see you doing more. I don't care if you don't think you have the power. Fucking make the power. I don't care what it is. I don't care. Figure out ways to do things. Lock yourself in front of the fucking doors. Make him go through you. I don't give a shit. Like we said the other day, if they're stopping you from doing something you have the legal right to do, just fucking do it and make them arrest you. This is the things that people want from these Democratic politicians, and they're pissed that we're demanding it of them. And I'm like, this is exactly what we've talked about so many times, where they say one thing and they don't actually fucking mean it. And you do that for enough years and people just stop listening. They stop believing in you. And they're sitting here pissed at us for expecting them to act on the words that they said that we agree with.
Yeah, that is that is one critique that I hear from Republicans that they're completely right about. They're 100% right. Like, whenever you see a Republican say, "Oh, wait, didn't Biden and Harris and Schumer and all of them say that Donald Trump is Hitler, that he's a fascist, that he's the end of a democracy?" They don't seem to be acting like it. Like, if you really thought that this guy was going to topple the nation as we know it, you wouldn't be giving this, warm handshake and a soft handoff to the presidency. You wouldn't be participating with everything that they're doing and, just sitting back and taking it and waiting for the next election. No, that makes it seem like you're lying. And they're right. They're right. And Democrats constituents think the same thing, that yes, I don't know, most people, I think, who would bother to call their congressman realize how our government works, that there's 3 branches, the Republicans have all 3, and that the Democrats can't actually stop anything by legal procedures. Okay, we got it. Did that stop Republicans? This goes back to, like, what are your principles? What do you believe? What gets you out of bed in the morning? Because I tell you what, when the Republicans were completely out of power under the Obama administration, or during the first part of Biden's administration, they had the court, I guess. But, when they didn't have the White House, or either the House of Representatives or the Senate, they said, okay, I can't really stop these proceedings, except in the Senate where they can, which is absurd. But I'm going to be a thorn in their side. I'm going to be making speeches. I'm going to be causing controversy. I'm going to be hurling insults. I'm going to be gumming up the works, just being a fucking annoyance. That's all you got to do, really, because that's all you. I mean, if we had the impression that that's what they wanted to do, that they actually wanted to try everything they could just to be, a fly in the ointment, that would be good enough. We're like, okay, we realize you can't do, anything, and then a little more would be great. But we don't even see that. We don't see a sense of urgency. And if you don't have it, why would you expect your people to have it? Like, why would you expect the movement to be successful when you're not showing that you're galvanized about this at all?
TJ, I have a magic wand, and I make you the majority or minority leader of either fucking the House or the Senate for the Democrats, what do you do to fight against this right now? You have the power. You are in the spotlight. You have the position of leadership. What are the things that you would be doing to tell the people, hey, we're fucking fighting against this shit?
Well, I'd actually tell them that. One, that'd be the first thing, which I don't see a whole lot of that going on. Two, you could mention, you could organize like activities to break through what people are saying. You could stand in people's way. You could flood them with lawsuits, a Republican do. You could grandstand. You could filibuster. I mean, there's 1,000 things you could do other than, hey, let's have a Zoom call or something.
What would you say about becoming more militant with the leadership? About becoming more physically aggressive, about going full scale, like I am treating Donald Trump like he is a fascist and I am a resistance movement to his fascism. Do you think that it's too early for that?
Well, it would depend on what the situation would be. Like, I think that if
I'm saying go on full fucking like Black Panther, and by Black Panther I don't mean the movie, I mean the fucking political organization. Like you are. You are walking around with armed guards. You are saying we are getting ready. We are preparing militias in case Donald Trump does this, in case he uses the U.S. military against the American people. Do you think this is a genuine question? Because I've been pondering this a lot of like, what is actually the correct tone to be striking right now? Because I know it's not what the fucking Democrats are doing, but I don't know exactly how far they should go at this point in time.
Well, look back to like the Republicans never had to go that far to stop anything, right? They never had to. They would. It was just like the annoying stuff. It was just making yourself known. Now, listen. Would I recommend that people in Congress start walking around armed? No, I would not do that. Like I wouldn't. I think that would cause more harm than good. But whenever you have someone who is just getting carte blanche access to everyone's social security numbers and Medicare, you can push forward through that. Like, get arrested. Honestly,
live stream it too. Live stream. That's the other thing. We have these magical devices that you can live stream everything you're doing to the entire world so they can see it. And they just, with the exception of a few of them, they just don't use it for some reason.
Yeah. And honestly, you could get really far by just not acting the same as you would for every other Republican president. Yeah. If you're going to make the claim, if you're going to go out there and say that this is a unique and special danger, you have to act differently. Like, you may not need to battering ram the door of the White House, whatever, but I should see a markedly different behavior from you than I've seen in the past. And if it's the same, I'm not going to take you all that seriously.
Thank you, everyone, for watching this video. It's only me and TJ here today. There's no guest for you to go find, so you might as well fucking like this goddamn video and subscribe to us. TJ, what do you think that this person should do who's watching right now?
I think this person should watch the video lest they die. Like a dog. All right. We'll catch you guys later. Later.